PodcastHero.com.
Welcome to the Daily Quote, the podcast designed to kickstart your day in a positive way. I'm your host, Andrew McGivern, and this episode is brought to you by the Great News Podcast. Because good news should be heard. Link is in the show notes. Today's quote comes from Simone Weil, a French philosopher, mystic, and resistance activist who died at just 34 years old, yet left behind a body of writing that has profoundly shaped contemporary thought on attention, suffering, and what it means to truly see another human being. In a letter written in 1942, she wrote, "Attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity." 8 words, and they reframe what it means to be generous in a way that no amount of money ever could. When most of us think about generosity, we think about giving time, resources, money, help, and those things matter. But Weil is pointing at something that sits beneath all of them, something that costs nothing materially, and yet is somehow the hardest thing to give: your full, undivided, genuine attention. For Weil, to attend well to another person meant making their welfare and well-being central to your concerns and granting them what she called the strange compliment of being real. Not real in a vague sense, but real in the way you experience yourself as real, a full human being worthy of being truly seen. Think about how rare that actually is. How many conversations have you had recently where you were fully present? Not composing your response while the other person was still speaking, not half watching your phone, not already thinking about what comes next. Even before smartphones existed, Weil recognized that giving genuine attention to another person was an extraordinary act, and in today's attention economy, where our focus is harvested as a commodity, it has become even rarer still. That's why Weil calls it the purest form of generosity. You can give money without caring. You can give time without being present. But attention, real attention, cannot be faked. It requires you to set yourself aside and make another person the center of your focus, completely, without distraction. And in doing so, you give them something no amount of money can purchase: the experience of being truly seen. I think about the people in my life who have made me feel most valued, and almost without exception, what they gave me wasn't advice or resources or some big gesture. It was attention, the quality of their presence, the sense that in that moment, I was the most important thing in their world. And then I think about the conversations I've half given myself to, where I was physically present but mentally elsewhere. Those moments, I don't give anything real at all. And so I suppose this is a lesson that I'm still learning. Showing up without your attention isn't really showing up. So here's the question: when did you last give someone your complete, undivided, genuine attention with no phone, no distraction, no part of your mind already somewhere else? Because that's the gift Weil is describing. It doesn't require wealth or status or even time in great quantities. It just requires presence, real presence, in a world that is endlessly competing for your attention. Choose deliberately who gets it, and when you give it completely. That's the rarest and purest form of generosity there is. That's going to do it for today. I'm Andrew McGivern, signing off for now, but I'll be back tomorrow. Same pod time, same pod station, with another Daily Quote.